Australian Open, January 2026, Court 6. Fans get turned away at the door, hundreds of them. Filipino flags everywhere. The line is so long, people at the back can't even see the court. Novak Djokovic saw it and called it a good problem to have. This isn't just about winning matches, this is a movement. Meet Alexandra Eala. She's 20 years old, from Quezon City in the Philippines. At age 12, she left home to train at Rafa Nadal's academy in Spain. At 17, she won the US Open Juniors, the first Filipino ever to win a Grand Slam title at any level. Then came 2 hard years, lost qualifiers, empty stands. Early 2025, she was ranked 140th in the world. Then Miami happened, a wild card spot. 3 Grand Slam champions beaten in a row, a semifinal at a WTA 1000 event. By the end of 2025, she jumped to 50th. By February 2026, she hit 31st, the highest ranking any Filipino has ever reached in WTA history. That's her resume. But something bigger was growing next to it. Former world number 11 Sam Querrey said it out loud on the Nothing Major podcast when he turned to his co-hosts and asked, "What is it like to be Alexandra Eala?" Steve Johnson answered right away, no hesitation at all. It all started quiet, quieter than anyone expected. Miami Open, March 2025, Hard Rock Stadium. A few Filipino flags in the crowd. Not a lot yet, but they were there. She was ranked 140th, just a wild card. In 2 weeks, she knocked out 3 Grand Slam champions and made the semifinal. Want the full story? It's in the video linked at the end. After that run, someone asked what she wanted it to mean for tennis back home. She said,
I would love to think that I make a difference, That's the only thing I can do to give back to my country, to help inspire, to inspire change and positive change, to inspire people to pick up a racket, to watch more tennis, to watch more women's tennis.
That was March 2025. She had no clue what was coming next. Flushing Meadows, New York, August 2025. The US Open sits in Queens, right next to Little Manila, one of the biggest Filipino communities in America, just a short train ride away. They showed up big. Eala faced Clara Towson, the 14th seed, on the grandstand court, not the main stadium, but from the very first point, it sounded like a final. She won set 1, lost set 2, 6-2, fell behind 1-5 in the third. Towson was serving for the match. Then it happened. Down 1-5, Eala held her serve. She turned to the crowd and pumped her fist, telling them to get louder, and they did. She won 5 straight games, forced a tiebreak, saved 5 match points before finally closing it out, 12-11. When Towson's last shot sailed long, Eala dropped to the ground and covered her face. Umpires warned the crowd twice about the noise. Nobody cared. In her on-court interview, she said, later, she told Tennis Channel's John Wertheim she'd never seen another nationality do this without a home tournament. That was August. Everything changed by January. Quick favor, hit subscribe if you're new here. It helps this channel grow so I can keep bringing you great tennis stories. Now, the Philippine Women's Open, January 2026, Rizal Memorial Tennis Center in Manila. The very first WTA event ever held in the Philippines, and it exists largely because of her. A real WTA tournament, players from all over the world, built because one player pulled in a fan base big enough to make it worth it. The crowd didn't just follow her here, they basically willed this tournament into being. That's huge. The WTA doesn't add stops just for fun, they need the numbers to make sense. The Philippines had 0 WTA history before this. 18 months after one breakout run in Miami, they had their own tournament because the demand was real, because Filipinos kept showing up over and over. Eala walked back into Rizal Memorial and barely recognized it. New courts, new look, and murals of champions on the wall, including her own face. That mural wasn't there last time she stood in that building. She's the reason it is now. At her press conference, she said,
having too much crowd on this or any other tennis tournament is a very good problem to have. I saw the other day with Alex Eala, yeah, that's been the talk, which is understandable. There's some players coming from respective countries, like she's coming from Philippines, which is now a big deal. She's been the biggest ever, tennis player from that country, which is a big country, and there's big interest.
Australian Open, January 2026, Court 6. Fans get turned away at the door, hundreds of them. Filipino flags everywhere. The line is so long, people at the back can't even see the court. Novak Djokovic saw it and called it a good problem to have. This isn't just about winning matches, this is a movement. Meet Alex Eala. She's 20 years old, from Quezon City in the Philippines. At age 12, she left home to train at Rafa Nadal's academy in Spain. At 17, she won the US Open Juniors, the first Filipino ever to win a Grand Slam title at any level. Then came 2 hard years, lost qualifiers, empty stands. Early 2025, she was ranked 140th in the world. Then Miami happened, a wild card spot. 3 Grand Slam champions beaten in a row, a semifinal at a WTA 1000 event. By the end of 2025, she jumped to 50th. By February 2026, she hit 31st, the highest ranking any Filipino has ever reached in WTA history. That's her resume. But something bigger was growing next to it. Former world number 11 Sam Querrey said it out loud on the Nothing Major podcast when he turned to his co-hosts and asked, "What is it like to be Alex Eala?" Steve Johnson answered right away, no hesitation at all. It all started quiet, quieter than anyone expected. Miami Open, March 2025, Hard Rock Stadium. A few Filipino flags in the crowd. Not a lot yet, but they were there. She was ranked 140th, just a wild card. In 2 weeks, she knocked out 3 Grand Slam champions and made the semifinal. Want the full story? It's in the video linked at the end. After that run, someone asked what she wanted it to mean for tennis back home. She said,
I would love to think that I make a difference, That's the only thing I can do to give back to my country, to help inspire, to inspire change and positive change, to inspire people to pick up a racket, to watch more tennis, to watch more women's tennis.
Every session sold out. Rain came down. Fans stayed anyway. She thanked them directly for showing up despite the rain and the heat. She won her first 2 matches, then fell to Colombia's Camila Osorio in the quarterfinals. Afterward, she said something even bigger, about pressure and about home. That's not some rehearsed soundbite. That's someone who has really thought about what she represents and decided carrying it is an honor, not a burden. 2 weeks after Manila, Melbourne, Australian Open 2026, Court 6. Same cue, same stewards, same flags. And from point 1, the energy felt nothing like a normal first-round match. Her opponent, American Alicia Parks, got booed on every error and every double fault. Umpires warned the crowd again and again. Parks lost the first set 6-0 and was seen crying afterward. She admitted it was tough. She'd expected it, but living it was different. She got locked on to the crowd noise in that first set, and that's why it went the way it went. Tennis fans split hard over this. Some called it disrespectful, out of place in the sport. Others said this is just a new kind of fan showing up, people who grew up on basketball and boxing, still learning the etiquette. It's a genuinely tricky question. Tennis has always demanded quiet respect, polite claps, silence during play. Those rules exist for real reasons. But they were built for one type of crowd. Now a totally different crowd has arrived, loud and proud in a way that's completely normal to them. Tennis has never had to deal with this at this scale before. Former Philippine national coach Carl Santamaria tried to explain it fairly. Tennis Australia even responded to fan complaints online, promising better scheduling. A Grand Slam changing its plans because of her fan base. Now, check this number. Her pre-tournament press conference pulled 171,000 online viewers. Carlos Alcaraz, about 29,000. Aryna Sabalenka, just 9,000. 2 world number 1s, and together they didn't even hit 17% of her numbers. At that same press conference, she said, "The only one, ever." 1 month later, Dubai, a tournament in the Middle East somehow packed with Filipino fans.
Coco Gauff crushed her in the quarterfinal, 6-0, 6-2, not even close. And yet the stadium stayed full the whole match, with "Let's go Alex" chants ringing out even during the blowout. Gauff turned to the crowd afterward and said, a two-time Grand Slam champion, ranked world number 4, thanking her opponent for the crowd. Dubai also changed the schedule. Organizers moved Eala's matches earlier because once she left, the stadium emptied out fast. Former world number 3 Alina Svitolina had to walk out to near silence. Whole draws were being shaped around one player's fan base, a player who hadn't even won a WTA 1000 title yet. Then Indian Wells, March 2026, the tournament people call the 5th Grand Slam. Every big name in modern tennis has played this desert event. She never had. 6 hours before her first match, fans already lined up outside Stadium 3. Filipino flags, shirts reading Alexandra Eala Fan Club. Some drove 2 hours from LA. And 2 other matches still had to finish before she even stepped on court. When she finally walked out, it was late, cold, dark in the desert. Nobody left. Her match against Diana Yastremska stretched almost 3 hours, ending near midnight. Down 4-5 in the third set, facing elimination, she won 3 straight games. When the final shot sailed long, the crowd, wrapped in blankets in the freezing night, roared like it was a Grand Slam final. She said afterward, "Here's the detail that says it all." Before her first match, her practice sessions were already packed, standing room only around the court. Next to her, Alexander Zverev practiced. On her other side, Taylor Fritz, a Southern California native and former Indian Wells champion, playing basically at home. Between the two of them, a handful of fans. Tommy Haas, former world number 2 and now Indian Wells tournament director, got asked about it on Tennis Channel. She reached the 4th round before losing to Linda Noskova. In her press conference, she said, "I'm here to stay." She said that 2 weeks before landing back at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, right where it all began. John Isner, former world number 8 with 16 years on tour, put it simply on the Nothing Major podcast. Over 117 million people back home, one of the most passionate sports cultures in Southeast Asia, a diaspora of over 10 million spread across Australia, the US, the Middle East, and Europe. People who carry their culture with them and show up for their own. The market was always sitting there. Tennis just never gave it a reason to show up. Think about what it takes to follow tennis from the Philippines. Most big tournaments run in the middle of the Filipino night. French Open, 3 a.m. Manila time. Wimbledon, 4 a.m. US Open, 1 a.m. And still, Filipinos set alarms, they stream matches, they refresh scores at 3 in the morning. Not because tennis got easier to watch, but because one player made it worth losing sleep over. That's not casual fandom, that's devotion, spread across 10 million people on every continent. And devotion like that is what turns a tennis player into something way bigger than tennis. A 20-year-old left home at 12, lost match after match in empty qualifying draws for years, then in 2 weeks in Miami, changed everything. The Filipino diaspora didn't discover tennis, tennis found them. Miami, New York, Melbourne, Dubai, Manila, louder every single time. In Dubai this year, someone asked her, she didn't find the crowd, she gave them a place to go. Now she's back in Miami, Hard Rock Stadium, exactly where this all kicked off a year ago. The Phil-American community filled the stands again, flags waving, noise non-stop. She's only 20. Her career-high ranking sits at 29 in the world, and still, tournament directors build their schedules around her. Grand Slams are rewriting their own rulebooks because of her. A nation of 117 million, once with zero reason to care about tennis, now sets alarms for 3 a.m. to watch her play. Back at the Philippine Women's Open, standing on the same court she played on as a kid, she looked out at the crowd and said, wherever she plays next, the crowd will already be waiting. They always are. Thanks for watching. If you're new here, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next big story. See you next time.